All right, we've got Thursday Denver Broncos injury updates ahead of their Week 2 game against the Indianapolis Colts. And much like yesterday, there's some good news and there's some bad news. I want to go ahead and bring in this tweet from Chris Thomason. Starting off with the good news, John Franklin Myers is back out there after missing yesterday with a knee injury. According to Cody Rourke, his participation is probably going to be limited. The official report hasn't come out yet, but still, really good news on JFM. The fact that he's out there participating, even if it's just in a limited capacity on Thursday, means that that's really good news for the game on Sunday. If he participates tomorrow as well, that all but confirms he's playing. Additionally, Nate Atkins is back. He had tightrope surgery during training camp on his ankle, and they're working him back in. I don't know if he's going to be ready to go this week, but the fact that he's back out there should bode well for a Week 3 return if he doesn't return this week. Evan Ingram also doing work today. Limited capacity, but even if he's limited throughout the entire week, I believe he will play in the game. No DNPs for Evan Ingram is absolutely fantastic news. But unfortunately, the Dre Greenlaw saga continues. He was on the side field, and unfortunately, he's still not participating. We'll see what happens with Greenlaw. I saw a tweet from Mike Kliss that would make sense. The Broncos didn't put him on short-term IR to start the season, even though they knew he was going to miss some time. So, maybe they're not going to play him this week or next week. They'll treat next week as a ramp-up period and get him back out there for the Bengals game. Andrew Mason pointed out that the following 2 Broncos games are on turf. That could be why they're being cautious here. Once they return to Denver, they'll be back on grass. Then they'll have a couple of other turf games. I believe the one in London is going to be on turf. Philadelphia, I want to say, is grass, but they're going to have some other turf games later on. But having 2 back-to-back turf games could cause some problems here. So I feel like that's why they're being cautious with Dre Greenlaw. Turf could re-aggravate those soft tissue injuries. You take a bad step, get your leg locked into the ground on that crappy, cheap artificial turf, and you're right back to where you were. So having Greenlaw come back on the more player-friendly grass surface here in Denver Week 4, that would make sense. It would make sense as to why he's not been put on IR, and it's all about looking at what they do, not what they say. Sean Payton is going to say the same thing over and over and over again about Dre Greenlaw. He's going to say he's fine, he's progressing, blah, 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 blah. I think Mike Kliss's tweet today provided some clarity here, and kind of reading between the lines, that would all make sense, having him come back for Cincinnati, having him miss these 2 games on turf. It all makes sense. So I think that's going to be the plan for Dre Greenlaw. We're not going to have him this week. We're probably not going to have him next week either. But Week 4 against Cincinnati could be the target for Dre Greenlaw to make his Denver Broncos debut. All right, Broncos country, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.